Today, I did a podcast with the greatest aura farmer himself, Sungjin Woo. I asked him questions like, who's the greatest aura farmer of all time? Why and how do you have so much aura? And can you beat characters like Goku or Saitama in a death battle? All these questions will be answered today in the world's second ever anime podcast. All right, how's it going, Jinu?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good, especially the fact that you're on your very first ever podcast.
I've never been on a podcast before, so this is a new experience for me. You could say I'm feeling a mix of excitement and a bit of nervousness.
Hey, no. There's no need to be nervous, dude. I mean, Goku was literally on here last episode. So anyways, for the people that don't know you and for the people that don't, haven't really heard of you, can you, just introduce yourself to the world?
I am Sungjin Woo, also known as the Shadow Monarch. I am a solo hunter who specializes in manipulating shadows and possesses incredible strength.
The first question I really want to ask, right, is in the very beginning of solo leveling, you're like, I'm gonna be honest, bro, you're kind of ass. And you're pretty freaking weak. And you nearly die every single raid you go on with your party. But my question is, why didn't you just get a job at like McDonald's? Why did you continuously nearly die? And when you could have just worked at like McDonald's or something, bro.
Well, you're right. In the beginning, I was pretty pathetic. I never even considered getting a regular job. I was desperate for money, and being a hunter paid significantly better than flipping burgers at McDonald's.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess it would pay a little bit more, but think about it like this, It must feel like shit knowing that everybody in your country...
Call him the weakest hunter of all mankind.
And at that point, if your entire country is memeing on you, bro, and calling you the weakest hunter, I think it's time to hang it up, bro. I thought it was like time to, get a new career, get a new job. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. It was definitely humbling to constantly be labeled as weak and useless. And yes, I did want more out of life. I had aspirations and ambitions for the future. But in the moment, all I could focus on was making money to help my family. Besides, getting a new job wasn't exactly easy for a hunter like me who struggled to even clear low-level dungeons.
It was once he got hospitalized after a trip through an E-rank gate.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure flipping burgers doesn't require you to be a good hunter, bro. I mean, if that were the case, then like all the S-tier hunters would be professional cooks.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
You've got a point there. Maybe I should have considered a career in cooking instead. It was a combination of desperation, pride, and lack of opportunity that kept me stubbornly pursuing the hunter path.
So what you're telling me is you're all brawn, no brains.
Hey, that's an unfair assumption. I was too focused on the immediate need for money and too damn stubborn to admit that I was weak. I was chasing the illusion of success in the hunter society, thinking I could eventually prove myself.
Yeah, buddy, I'm not gonna lie. I saw your early raids when you were in E-rank. There was no potential there, buddy. I'm gonna be honest. There was zero potential until you got an ass pull awakening. But we'll move on from that. I don't want to roast you for too long because honestly, I got some really good questions and I actually like you. I'm not gonna lie, Jinu.
Thanks for sparing me from further roasting. I appreciate it. And I'm glad you don't hate me. It's nice to know somebody likes me, even if I was a pathetic excuse for a hunter in the beginning.
How do you feel about how strong you are? Would you say that you're one of the strongest people you know?
Well, I won't deny that I'm strong, but I also know that there's always room for improvement, and that there are others out there who may be stronger than me.
I love that answer because, the next question I have is, I'm sure you've heard of somebody named Goku, right? Like, have you heard of the man named Goku?
Of course. Who hasn't heard of Goku? He's a legendary fighter known even outside the realm of hunters.
Okay, so you know of Goku, even though he's not necessarily from your world.
Yes, I'm aware of Goku. He may be from a different world, but he's quite famous for his fighting prowess and incredible strength.
Cool. Well, like, going back to your strength and all, you have a lot of, relevancy lately. You are, very powerful yourself. I'm not gonna deny it, but a lot of people on social media really think you are now one of the strongest anime fictional characters.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
And you're relatively new. When people like Goku, Naruto, Ichigo, all these like long-time characters have taken a back burner to somebody like you who's kind of new, it makes a lot of people in the anime fandom a little upset. So my question is, do you think you're potentially stronger than some other anime verses?
It's hard to say for certain, as the world of anime is full of powerful characters with unique abilities. I'm not one to underestimate myself, but I also recognize that there are many who are just as strong or even stronger than me. It's not about how long a character has been around, but rather their feats, strengths, and abilities.
I 100% agree with you, Jinu. So I want to do like a flash round, and I just want you to say yes and no whether or not you can beat certain anime characters. Are you ready to play this game?
Sure, I'm up for it.
Do you think you can beat Naruto?
It's hard to say for sure. It would be a tough fight, but I wouldn't underestimate myself. So yes, I believe I could potentially beat Naruto.
Social media is definitely gonna go crazy with all these answers you're about to give. But next up, do you think you can beat Ichigo?
Ichigo is a formidable opponent with incredible skill and unique powers. While it would certainly be a tough battle, I believe I have the potential to beat him.
That's another good answer. Moving on to a little bit, of a stronger character. Do you think you can beat Saitama, the One Punch Man himself?
That's a tough one. It seems impossible to beat him, but I've always believed in going beyond my limits. While it would be an incredible challenge, I wouldn't rule it out completely. However, the outcome would most likely still favor Saitama's overwhelming strength.
This next character, we have a little bit of a debate on my channel since I'm the #1 Goku meat rider in the world. I need you to really think about your next answer. Do you think you can beat the legend himself, Goku?
Goku is a true legend of the anime world, known for his incredible strength and fighting prowess. He has taken on some of the most powerful opponents and come out victorious. While I have the utmost respect for him, I won't rule out the possibility completely. It would certainly be a battle of epic proportions if we were to ever face each other.
Amazing answer, dude. Super detailed. I love it. And I also love the humility and all that. But I do need a yes or no.
If I'm being completely honest, no. At the current level of my power, I don't think I could defeat Goku in a fight.
Okay,
He's just on a whole different level of strength and skill. The odds are heavily stacked against me in a fight against him.
All right, well, I'm not gonna lie to you. Social media is gonna go crazy with that answer. A lot of people say you can beat damn near everybody. This is coming from you yourself. That's kind of crazy.
I mean, people have their own opinions on anime characters and their power levels, but yeah, I'm being real. I'm not at that level yet where I could confidently take on the likes of Goku and come out victorious. Maybe one day. Who knows? But for now, I'm not fooling myself.
All right, moving on from the strength questions. Do you know what aura farming is?
Yes, I have heard of aura farming. It's a method where hunters can grow stronger by continuously fighting and collecting the aura of defeated monsters.
No. Or at least that's not the term I'm referring to. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a definition and an example, and then you can let me know if you understand what I'm saying. So aura farming is the act of going somewhere to post up, and gain aura. So for example, right, you go to a popular place with a lot of people, and you specifically go to this place because you think you look really good, you have a nice outfit, and you do this just to gain attention for yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand. That's kind of like attention-seeking behavior, right? Basically, trying to show off a bit.
Yeah, it's essentially showing off and looking cool. A lot of people don't necessarily have to be at the location in which you're trying to aura farm, but as long as you're looking cool while you're doing something, even though you don't have to look cool while you're doing that. Does that kind of make a little bit more sense?
Yeah, I get it now. It's not necessarily about how many people are actually there, but more about the act of looking cool and getting admiration for it. It's about creating that image and aura of being awesome, right?
Precisely. I couldn't have said it any better, Janu. Now that you understand what aura farming is, do you understand that within the anime community, you right now are the greatest aura farmer?
Wait, really? You consider me the greatest aura farmer in the anime community? I just focus on becoming stronger and protecting my loved ones.
When I'm watching your show, right, there's a lot of instances where you purposely look cool when you don't necessarily have to. Can you explain why you aura farm in your show and why you do it so often?
Well, I guess I didn't really think of it as aura farming, but now that you mention it, I can see how it could be perceived that way. I think I do it because, as a hunter, appearance and presence presence are important. When people see me, I want them to recognize my power and strength. And honestly, I just like looking cool. It makes me feel good about myself.
The truth is, I want you to resist. I'm here because I enjoy this.
I don't mean to aura farm or anything, it's just kind of how I carry myself. But I appreciate the support and admiration from the community, even if it's a bit overboard sometimes.
So I guess you can say you're just a natural born aura farmer?
I guess so. I didn't really realize it until now, but yeah, I seem to have a knack for aura farming, even if it's not something I consciously try to do.
Now that you understand, you do aura farm, like, nonchalantly, like, you don't even mean to, which is actually more aura. That gives you even more aura, by the way. The fact that you aura farm and you don't even mean to. Going to this next question, do you think you can out aura farm the GOAT at aura farming? Piccolo?
Piccolo, the greatest, right? That's a tough one. But I'm not one to back down from a challenge.
You do have some crazy aura farming feats, right? But there was an instance in Dragon Ball Super where the planet was about to be destroyed, and while everybody was panicking, Piccolo stood there, stone cold with his arms crossed, just looking up at it. That's some crazy aura farming. Bro was about to die, and bro stood there with his arms crossed like nothing was happening.
Damn, I gotta admit, that's pretty impressive. Standing there all cool and collected while the world's about to end, that takes some serious aura farming skills. It's like he's saying, yeah, I know the world's ending, but I'm not sweating it. That's iconic.
With that being said, I'm gonna be honest, in my opinion, that's like the ultimate aura farming feat. So my question is, do you think you can out aura farm Piccolo?
Piccolo's got some serious aura farming skills, and that feat is definitely legendary. But I've been through some pretty intense situations myself. So to answer your question, yeah, I think I can out aura farm Piccolo and show the world what I'm made of.
So we're gonna continue the aura farming question line here. Recently, a couple weeks ago, the episode in which you finally revived your mom was released. And in that episode, you were crying like a bitch.
What's this, motherfucker?
And I'm not gonna lie, personally, I thought that scene hit pretty hard, but a lot of people on social media were upset at the fact that you were crying. They kept saying you lost aura. What do you have to say about that part?
Look, I get it. I understand some people didn't think it was cool for me to cry in that scene. But you know what? I'm not ashamed of it. Crying doesn't make me less cool or change who I am as a character. It shows that I'm human. I have emotions and I care deeply about the people in my life.
No, I completely agree. When I watched that scene, I'm gonna be honest, it hit me pretty hard. I really enjoyed that scene. You know, a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, thought you lost quite a bit of aura in that moment.
I'm not ashamed of my emotions, and I'm not going to put on a facade just to maintain some image of being cool. I have feelings, and I'm not afraid to express them.
So the moral of that little part right there, I would say is, you know, guys, it's okay to, you know, show your emotion. You know, I mean, Jinnu himself, the greatest aura farmer, in my opinion, just said, you know, it's okay to show your emotions.
Even as a powerful character like myself, holding everything in and trying to be a stone-cold machine all the time is just going to end up causing you more trouble in the long run. So don't be afraid to let your feelings show. It's what makes us human after all.
So Jinnu, you have a lot of shadows since you are the Shadow Monarch. Throughout this short period of time, you've collected quite a bit of shadows. And I guess I just want to know who your favorite shadow is, you know?
Well, that's a tough one. They're all loyal and have their own strengths. But if I had to pick one, I'd say my favorite is Beru. He's loyal, tough, and pretty much unstoppable.
I guess my next question is, you know, I'm Monakage and I solo all. Would you be able to turn me into a shadow?
Well, I have the power to make anyone into a shadow. But why would you want to become one?
No, I'm not saying I want to become one. It's just, you know, since I'm, you know, clearly way stronger than you, I was just wondering if you were able to, since, you know, you're compared to me, you're extremely weak.
I understand that you think you're the strongest, but let me tell you something. Strength isn't just about physical power. It's about determination, strategy, and the ability to adapt. And trust me, I could easily turn you into a shadow if I wanted to.
Well, listen, Jinnu, I would like to see you try, because I'm gonna be honest, if you even try to turn me into a shadow, you would literally be dead within an instant. So let's just not go there, buddy.
I've faced threats far worse than you and come out victorious. So you may be strong, but don't doubt my abilities.
Anybody you've ever faced is nowhere near my level, so let's just get that out of the way. And secondly, you know, you get off your high horse, bro, because I'm gonna be honest, you cannot beat me in a battle.
You think you're that much stronger than everyone I've fought? But if you're so confident, why don't we see who's right in a battle? Or are you just all talk?
Okay, you know what? All right, you wanna go? You wanna go, Janu? Let's freaking fight. Let's have a battle right here, right now in the studio.
Sure, why not? Let's do this. Just don't cry when I beat you into the ground.
Listen, kid, if you don't sit the hell down back in your chitter, this podcast is gonna be done. Now sit the hell back down and know your damn place.
All right, I'll sit down.
All right, Janu, that's about it for the podcast. I know this is a shorter episode, ladies and gentlemen. Any final messages before we go?
To everyone listening, remember that strength isn't just about power. It's about determination, perseverance, and never giving up. And to you, my friend, I appreciate the opportunity to be on your podcast. It was entertaining, to say the least. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps support the podcast and means a lot to us.
Well, thank you so much, man. Now, Janu, do you have any recommendations? Any other anime characters you would like to see on the podcast?
Well, I've always admired Goku's fighting spirit. And of course, you can't have a chat about power and battles without mentioning the mighty One Punch Man himself.